ever wonder where the hell Karen finds all these... That blade. I'm on the edge of... What do you want? That it? Fine.
Still alive, are you? Coin purse weighing you down? Is that all?
Trouble with your gear, or... So, what'll it be? No scratches, all right? That it? Fine.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
There's talk of these skies driving men mad.
Otto,
The realm? As long as you look past the fat storms out mother crystals and the skies are a roiling cesspit.
and Gav.
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just a messenger. I leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back, sir. All yours. All done?
Clive, did you get my letter?
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto might be listening.
Is this better?
A little. Listen. I've some bad news. It turns out the Hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it may be my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. Zero, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's gonna take some time. I'm gonna need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. You know, he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. The man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the Dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the Hideaway, you see? And, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Those ledgers were my responsibility. And it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're gonna make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are.
Little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, asses to wipe and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
No, she won't.
Really?
She'll kill him.
Do you think so?
No.
No.
Clive.
I don't.
Yeah, don't lie to him, bro. Stop. You know she's tricked as fuck. Excuse me, oh my gosh. My God. No, she does not. She does not play. Oh. She's gonna make me
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen Mother Crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off-storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army. Should the King of Wulu deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are three. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Akashic out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rained?
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage, and even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only two people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
But all our beds are taken.
Martha. It's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said he'd been attacked by Akashic. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered.
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight.
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see.
We're on our way.
Do you think there are as many as Martha says?
More.
Let's go.
Thank you for coming.
Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it'd seem like just the place.
Careful.
I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal?
Oh, well, that one went down. Creepy. Ah, what? That one was like from behind. Crazy.
Nice try.
Oh, that was the two of them. There should be one. Should be another one. But I think this quest is going to be hard also. Well, I heard this one is not too difficult, but I can't wait for the last boss battle. I heard it's actually pretty challenging. Especially if you chose action focus, so we'll get to it.
You're finished.
Might not be the most mechanical display.
Now. Will it be enough, I wonder?
He likes it? Yeah.
I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy.
Mm-hmm. You're so nice to him. He doesn't really...
You do know you can take that with you, Torgal.
Yeah.
Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Kind of feel like I should take out that orc, but why? Why? You are kidding. Where is it? I don't even see it. That's bad. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of bummed that that's not there. I guess I gotta do this while I'm here. But it might help me find the quest. Since I do see this one out. Shoot. This one.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you? Them not. Not a chance.
I can get through, right? Yeah, I can get through.
Ready, go? Yeah!
Clive, wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first.
Can't really take everyone out. Not easy.
To me, flames!
Hope you're having a good day. Happy New Year. Hopefully 2024 will be
These
better.
men don't have the...
If you've come to rob this place,
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
how do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
Still something to do around here. I guess I can't leave just yet.
What are you after? Thanks very much. There There you go. Fare thee well.
Out of here.
Mad dogs. The lot of them.
Let's go. Are these the rest of them?
Squire,
still alive.
I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
So Wade.
Lord Rossfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try.
I'm never gonna be intimidated by the turtle, except for the big giant one.
Always. Then let's do our
I mean,
duty.
I kinda am, a little bit. They're kinda cute. Look at them, they're just... Okay, not if it runs into me like that. Not if it actually... He's not gonna like this. This is like somebody grandpa, you know? Not when he does that, that actually hurts. Scorpion. It's over. Actually, no, it's not over yet. Right. Charge up. Another one. There we go. On to the next one. Shoot, there's plenty of quests active right now.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Mad dogs. A lot of them.
My brothers.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
But all our beds are taken.
Just patch me up as quick as you can and get me back out there.
Good girl. Faster!
No. Goblins.
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
It's over.
Something's coming.
Oh.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, so Wade. Shall we?
Oh, got plenty people.
Soil and stone!
How we've missed you.
Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are... Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
The flame of the Lord.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar? It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew. Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him. Yes, so... if it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest, and spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're... It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
Oh, wait. Okay, cool. Right, that's done. It still says I have a quest there. But we're gonna run it. Looks like... I don't know why it would say that it's logged.
Fucking thieving bastards!
My shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would have...
Oh, what happened? Oh no. Bad stuff happened over here. Dang it. This place was actually pretty chill.
Mummy, I'm scared.
No. That's why it's locked? Because...
Oh, I'm ruined.
Yeah, no, it doesn't seem like... I'll just come back later. That one's locked, right? Okay. I was really looking forward to finishing that quest. Oh, I shouldn't even go there. I'm going over here.
What's happened?
I've been asked to find Aldrich, the porter. I don't suppose that's you, is it?
That's me right enough.
The innkeeper sent me. He said there's a cup of Gotan 66 with your name on it when you're done for the day.
A 66? Bugger me. If he's just got hold of it now, it must have been in the crates he had me carry down from Sambrek.
From the Empire to Boklad. You must be a braver man than most. That's a treacherous route to the best of times.
Such is the porter's lot. There's not a patch of storm these feet haven't traipsed across. It's Oriflamme one day, then off to Canva the next. The farther you're willing to go, the fatter the purse. Which is why there's no shortage of competition for some of the longer routes. I'd say I've done enough for today to earn myself a cup of something tasty. Thanks for letting me know.
Well done. I wonder if the innkeeper might spare a cup of that wine.
Who needs a porter with it?
Do you have any fresh water?
Alright.
I spoke to your friends. They'll be along soon.
That's fantastic news. Thank you kindly. It's been a while since we all sat down together, and the way I see it, that wine is as much theirs as it is my own.
How so?
Well, I wouldn't be serving anything but slops without Aldrich to go and fetch the good stuff for me. And then there's Milan, who always sends customers my way. And Bolek, an even-handed keeper of the peace, if ever there was one.
Oh, my bad.
Those three are the
That's
backbone of
pretty loud when
Boklad. Lose
touch
any
my
one of
phone.
them,
My bad.
and the market
I
would soon
apologize.
fall apart. And without the market, I wouldn't have a single customer. I'd say that's worth a bottle of 66, wouldn't you?
And more besides.
Everyone needs a shoulder to lean on. Be they world-weary innkeepers or brooding swordsmen. Right. I'd better prepare for my guest's arrival.
I hear you had me carrying a bottle of Gotan 66. If I'd have known, I would have sold the thing and lived like a lord. I'll settle for a cup, though, if you're in a sharing mood.
A Gotan 60 bloody 6. Just as well I had something special of my own set aside.
A bottle between the four of us might not be enough to drown our sorrows, but it can't hurt.
Here they are, the three pillars of Boklad. Sit yourselves down, gentlemen. The woes of the world may be monstrous in many, but there's nothing like a few good friends to keep the misery at bay.
Never a truer word spoken.
I genuinely kind of like that quest, but just because everyone was so nice. That was very
Do you have
pleasant.
any fresh water?
Alright, that one's locked, and so is number 3.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk.
You could say that.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
You can, aye. I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him?
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Sid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh. He's more than an ally. He's a friend.
Dogs are awesome.
Good morrow to you, my friend. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. I have quite the find for you today. Hey.
Nice.
What subject shall we consider today?
Okay. Going north each. Hopefully after our help, maybe I can do that quest here. Ooh, boy.
Sid,
What happened?
your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
Great. No, finally get in.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you, any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
I don't know, it seemed like they were talking like adults to me. Both of them have pretty strong points.
What's he doing here?
Haven't we had enough fighting?
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
Give me a hard time.
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? No. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen? Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalimil is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck. Sid, and Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to op. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness, or an entire city for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so.
Dare I? I think I dare.
Fly, Ambrosia.
That's a bird? Okay. Shoot. No, I just want to finish. Blacksmith Blues 2. So, I can have our boy make better equipment. Oh, there's more area over here. Possibly I might be just, avoiding the right thing to do, which is post that right into the plans. Which is, go around. It seems like I actually go this way. But maybe later. Never been that side of the desert. I'm guessing there's a few more areas for me to unlock before I get the These Be the Rose Fields achievement, which you need to just go to every location at least one time.
We've got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
Not nice. Oh, thank you. Goodbye. Jill on her revenge, so she dropped a giant ice boulder. Alright, here we go.
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Dalamir.
Yeah, shoot. Might as well before I talk to Luger. Doing good. Shoot. Happy New Year.
Here I have you to thank for the return of my effects.
Big challenge.
What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern.
I'm sure I'm gonna be done with this game soon,
A formidable name indeed.
For the most part, I'm pretty sure there's only a few more quests for me to
I
be
appear
done.
to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
I don't know how much more gameplay is gonna be, about like 10 levels.
All right. Speak. A master
I'm sure I'll finish it in
was
just a
wondering
few
if you
more
could tell
gameplays.
him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
But I'm gonna keep going for a minute. Shoot.
Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her
Since I'm not,
here to get my hands on
I'm not gonna be streaming for New Year's,
It was made
like at
in
all.
the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does.
Each sword is made for that one
I got a
perfect
text.
stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends
Like
the
I'm
blade
running
its legendary
attack
sharpness.
chains.
Mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And
And
that
anytime
is the
I can go back to
the secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered.
the
Take
blacksmith.
this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
There are many other collectors out there.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis.
Uncle?
Lord Byron Rosfield. And is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do?
I've just been keeping myself busy. I'll be back with some art soon.
Livelihoods, if only they could agree on how.
I didn't
As
even
long as
really
they are
like have
divided,
an
we are
art
vulnerable.
artist block. Just
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy
been needing
target.
a break. Let's do a
What would
light one.
Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandit.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword?
I did better than that.
Hey, a whetstone?
Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the curse breakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthean steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make something much better.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I've been working day and night since I was half your age. And I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one. August 2. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
You'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it.
I got fireworks.
Find me when you've got the materials.
Right. I will.
I'm usually not allowed to get fireworks, but no, listen, I'm in charge of myself. I can get fireworks, and I can be responsible with fireworks. For sure. Yeah, no. Excalibur? Yo. That's what I'm talking about.
So what do I owe the honor? Not saying fortune, do you?
I almost have. I need a grim lock and hide. Sons of Ouroboros, Orichalcum. Yeah, typical FF stuff. I'm just gonna be rocking the Brightburn for a little bit longer. I don't know if I'm ever gonna use my diamond blade ever
Anything
again.
else?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get going. I wanna check
Seems the hideaway has lost its.
Oh. There's something in my chambers.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Aye.
Oh, okay. So I can't do this. I can't do these until I'm done with my main quest. Fair enough.
Picture it, Conrad.
I'll probably stop after I finish this set.
Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canberra to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no, that there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamel's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
My shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would... I mean, it may still be possible to buy some. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the
I might be on
blight
YouTube
mean
later.
this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Doing a little bit more GTA.
Indeed, certainly that is the case.
I'm just
The
like trying
nobles
to
in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of
outthink
barley
which games
wine,
I want to switch
driving the
platforms
prices
for.
higher than most commoners can afford.
But of
It
course,
is
I
only a
would
matter
want
of
to
time before the peasants revolt.
any exclusives, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna want to put on
Worse than I thought. If what
my
Lord
Twitch.
Underhill says is true,
So
I
stay
fear we
tuned.
have
Any
little hope of
exclusives, they're gonna be
supplementing
here.
our
They're gonna be
stores,
here for you to
meager though they
watch me play through
regrettably
them.
are.
I'm gonna be pretty much not even just gameplay. I like to think of my gameplay as a little bit of guides. Like once I start figuring out the mechanics, I do try to like do my own
I
thing.
sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits'
Especially like with
likely
my
return.
videos, like, but that's because I play a certain way. Once I figure out the
More than
mechanics, it's
ever, we will need to secure what little we still have.
try to get sticky.
Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow,
I know some people checking out my Spider-Man Spectacular gaplay. I know some people are actually checking out my
All right.
Spider-Man
If it will
2
help to
Ultimate
protect my
gameplay.
home,
Spider-Man 2
I'll do it.
Spectacular, Spider-Man 2 Ultimate.
But you needn't have gone through this charade.
But yeah, no, I'm about to cut those. I'm about to cut some of them at least. Cut some of them just since I know it Craven.
your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
It appears I have no choice but to do
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to...
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandit.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It
Oh,
appears
no.
they march for Dalimil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn...
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in 2 groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalimil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
Well.
I'll take that one.
Hope you like magic.
He's all yours.
Get up. Bye-bye.
It's over. They need to overwhelm us.
Is that all of them? Come on. Kind of miss the old limit break, but also, you know, it's not turn-based, so also, it's not a movie. Limit break isn't a movie this time. You actually get to use it to do extra damage like a Super Saiyan form. Yeah.
Fire and flame.
Bye-bye. Yeah, keep that move. Like, I don't know, the first move they gave you was actually good, so I've just been using it the entire game.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting.
That we should hurry.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalimil.
Are they gonna get
We
married
all
now?
saved Dalimil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the detail? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment.
I can't stand Uber. He's like, he's okay, but he's so smart. He's slick and smart. Yeah. Alright, whatever. North reach time. Wait. I should check the shop. I'll check the shop
Where did
later.
you learn to swing a sword like
Oh, they're getting married, yo.
Mummy.
I'm putting it in FF lore.
The gentlemen of the town guard.
After they saved the town, they kind of fell in love. But it's like, they were at each
Good day,
other's
my
throats for real, for real. They was not feeling each other. Alright, enough of my prattling.
Here you are. My thanks. Here you are. An excellent choice. My thanks. An excellent choice.
These common, yeah, no, honestly, I'm not feeling using
My
all
thanks.
my money
Here you are.
the songs just yet. Let me finish more hunts and then I'll buy all the music. That's kind of crazy. Why is the music so expensive in here anyway? But we'll call it. It's just because it's the extra stuff. It's because it's the extra stuff they want you to spend.
Unless we find Isabel.
Extra gil.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the
Like
far
the
side of the wood.
jukebox.
Ghosts? Then a wall won't stop them. I saw it with my own eyes. The whole of...
It's not.
I'm under a flood.
Back to the veil. What's her name down here? Come on.
I can't do it.
But you can. My lord. Milady.
We received the dame's message. There have been
The dame.
sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue
What's
eyes.
her actual name?
Yes.
That's not her real name.
Like a Kashik, but different. They've taken so many. Of
Akashic, but different.
Ultimus Thrall. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
We could leave.
Walk over here.
The two soldiers were carrying another. He didn't have any legs.
Oops. Oh, sorry.
Madame, please!
Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting
Captain's
reinforcements,
dead?
but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days! What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection, and protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives!
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive.
I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly, and sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
I'd like you to consider my needs.
What we need to consider is where the creatures came from.
The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors. You're a pikeman, yes?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right, and a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
My family.
Me, Paul.
I'm sorry, darling.
Truly.
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? They came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for Moor.
Captain's head. Before we could even draw his steel.
I assume you have a plan?
We need to find out.
It was all they could do to escape.
You can let me know if flashing the map is bothering me. You know, ever since I got the chocobo, it just feels like I have actually just been using the chocobo to pass through all the random encounters. And I've only been doing the main quest. As long as I can do them.
Clive, look.
I see them. With me.
More enemies incoming.
Should I prime?
Save your strength. Nice try.
Oh, hello? Well, he decided that I'm needed to report in on. not getting the Earth Ultimate on, it probably would end these battles a little bit quicker.
Finished.
Precision counter.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. Whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the ones standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder,
I did most of the
foolish
work,
enough
but
to
okay.
believe that this has solved all
Take
of
all
my
the credit.
problems. But it has solved one. And that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least. Let's go and put on his mind at rest.
I spoke way too soon. I literally thought maybe. I don't remember if it was the last Final Fantasy stream.
Did you see that?
But
Tell me you saw that.
this was actually the bigger busy work section.
Was wondering when you turn up. Hellos from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for Mother Crystal. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on.
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part. But you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Talia says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua. Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The City Guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
You're not about to tell Josh
Were Tyre not such a talented
to sit out on this mission.
I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
right. We travel together.
Clive.
If he
Together
stays
this
close to
time.
me, he'll be fine.
Jill's so worried.
Brother.
We need the Phoenix, man. We need the Phoenix. We need him. Unlock. Here it goes.
It seems the hideaway is
Blasted book. Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I've never been one to play favourites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow. That's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid's scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having, which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Aye. All their fancy silks.
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
Smooth like Butler. They put a BTS reference in FF. I can't. Okay. I get it. Get with it, John. Get with it. Alright, here we go.
What am I gonna
Is everything all right, Gooch?
Chill, Gooch.
You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble.
It's all right.
Oh. There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallymill Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry. Of course.
Does everyone
Lady
need to
Karen,
cross?
Not nearly as far.
you're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. What exactly are you getting? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care. But here you are today, raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
Just asking. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating about you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are you? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploit?
I didn't exactly hear. All I know is that someone in Dallymill has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pockets. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
Aye, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing.
Look at her. She's so innocently smoking her cigar. She enjoying it too.
Good day. I spoke that the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dallymill, so that's where I'm going.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, but that...
I suppose it is.
Darn it. Sorry, my bad. They figure out how to rope me in every time. What? Change of plan, guys.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
We're all gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic are coming and they won't stop!
What do you reckon we should do?
Oh gosh, some of these people are so crazy, bro. They're freaking out about everything. I should stop taking this way.
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not.
And just how long hasn't it been one?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? Why would she have you
Because that's the only way to become an engineer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something worked is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well, then your work is already half done.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we? All right.
I got this.
Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others?
Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a happy new year. Which
These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is.
I do. Molly, but these aren't for... What?
What are the...
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up. This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track. This time...
I have. Miss Mididol's dungeon is full of them.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round.
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple.
And then somebody ate it.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
We know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the part...
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo.
And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. There. All finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I
I
just
don't
put
see
the
where the
pieces
gear
together.
went.
It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Mididol's hairs.
Her hairs?
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
I forgot about it. Ah, crap.
Didn't happen to forget anything, did you, Sid?
You better hush your mouth, child. Being adult is hard. They think they know it all, man.
How may I help you today, Clive? Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid. Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea, although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva.
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heir. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Oh, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Valisthea, A Culinary Pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
So the fabled Sanbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sanbrequois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive, and do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Alright, Addy. I guess I'll talk to her real quick before we leave.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Clive. What is it that you wish to learn? Here you are. The state of the realm is ever-changing. Clive.
I'm gonna say it before it doesn't let me say it. Things fall apart 13. Alright, here we go. Onward with the adventure. I might stop here. I was gonna stop earlier, but yeah, it didn't feel right. It didn't feel quite right. Thank you for coming. Again, thank you for being in chat as well. I appreciate it. I'll be back soon. Definitely gonna be on the 2nd. Definitely gonna be, I'll probably be on tomorrow, but just for a bit. I'm just not gonna be on tonight since I'm gonna be celebrating. Here we go. Cloak and Dagger. Thank you for coming again.
The four of us out
You have a great
walking like
New
we
Year's.
used to.
Have fun.
Enjoying this, are you?
I'll be back
Gavin,
soon.
the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're
Take
right.
care.
I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout.
Back with
If
more.
Kandor was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
Yeah, I have this thing where I let them talk. I like to let them talk before I close out, since they got stuff to say. Alright. Take care. Again, this is King Misoko signing off. If you find this on YouTube, leave it a like, subscribe, and leave a follow if you see this on Twitch. I'm having fun. And I hope you're having fun too. Alright, till next time.